One. Hi, this is Shubham Tiwari, and I welcome you to Changemakers, a show brought to you by Wonder Publish magazine, where we try to bring to you the faces that are changing the face of education, innovation, and leadership all across the world. Today's guest is the chairman at NIST, who's joining us from Muscat, Oman, Dr. Shama Hussain. Welcome to Wonder Publish magazine.
Thank you so much, Shivam. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity and thank you for introducing me to the world. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Although Dr. Shama Hussein's introduction is pretty long, I just cut it very, very short, which you'll see in the interview based on my questions. So, Dr. Shama, you have been, in so many roles, so many. I mean, right from your academic career, from academic excellence to your career highs. You have been in training, you have been in education, leadership, and mentorship roles. So, what do you mean by leadership? What do we understand by leadership? Let's say in scientific terms.
Okay. So this is something which really attracts me, which is really close to my heart, that is leadership. And this question, I have lots to talk about leadership as I'm a science student, especially. I'm basically with a science background. I have done my research in the gene profile studies, which is the latest I have worked on gene profile.
Mm-hmm.
And according to me, if I relate leadership with science, it is nothing but the research and practical area. People usually think leadership means the way you attract the people, the
Right.
way you people liking your speeches, and giving you likes button and this, oh, I'm a leader, people are liking me. No, no, no way. This is not at all the leadership. Leadership, according to me, is science. It's an organized knowledge and organized life, I can say.
Correct.
So when you're organized, then only you can make a perfect leadership. It is a research area. So many four A's: accountability, alignment, and awareness among the people towards the society. Towards means your leadership, if it is not based on results, it is not leadership.
Okay.
We can measure your leadership. We can measure your leadership based on how much productive your team.
Right.
Leadership is a resource for the team.
Correct.
The only resource for a team is the leadership. So I can say accordingly that leadership is basically a science where every leader should work on achieving the results.
Correct.
Achieving the results, achieving the vision of the people.
Right. So I would like to apologize to our viewers because there was some internet hiccup in between. So we all are working from home and getting used to this still. So bear with us. So Dr. Shama, you also train people in emotional intelligence. So first of all, how do you keep yourself motivated or energized all the time? Because we see you involved in so many things. So how do you find the right motivation for the right kind of things that you do?
Very nice question, Shubham. People usually ask me this question. You may not imagine, I'm associated with lots of organizations and as well as my professional work. And every time influencing, and these all, I feel more the complexity in the job, an emotionally intelligent person will function
You're having some
emotional
network
intelligence
trouble, ma'am. I
is
mean,
the
on
one
your end, I
who
guess.
will be.
Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, according to me, the emotional intelligent person is the one who will be able to align his mind and his heart together. He will be able to align the meetings every day. More the complexity in your job, more exponentially you will rise up.
Okay.
So this is a direct relationship between the complexity and the job. That's why if you see the higher companies, very multinational companies, they want to hire the people like who are experts in emotional intelligence rather than the IQ. Why? Because they are able to manage their emotions. They are able to manage their self-awareness.
Correct.
That's what I feel. As you ask me how I will be managed, means I should know what is my limitations, where I can control, area of control, area out of control.
Right.
So if I'm an emotionally intelligent person, if I keep monitoring all this, if I have a self-awareness that what will be liked by the people, where I will be able to influence, where I should not, then
Correct.
definitely I will be successful. So I request each and everyone in your life, as well in everyone's life, that try to be more emotionally intelligent so that you can rise up exponentially in your standards,
Correct.
in your career.
Correct. So, ma'am, you talk about self-awareness, but empathy is also a big part of training and leadership and mentorship roles. And we know that you have been a serial gold medalist, in entire your academic career, and you're still excelling in many areas. So, how do you empathize with the person, let's say, who sits on the last bench, who's never been at the center of attention of people all their lives? So how do you connect with them? How do you mentor them?
Empathize is nothing but echoing yourself in others, echoing yourself in others, stepping into shoes of others,
Correct.
stepping into shoes of others. According to me, I always, whenever I deliver any program, any speech, I always ask people that first thing is never start comparing yourself with others.
Okay.
Yes, there is nothing called disability. There is nothing called disability. There is called as differently ability.
Right.
There is, we have to convert. I always message each and everyone that seeing a person getting gold medals, seeing a person getting excelling in academics or excelling in jobs, in careers, whatever, doesn't matter. It is their problem, not yours. It's
Yes.
their problem, not yours. So what is your problem? What you can do? If you're disabled, if you tag yourself as disabled, you cannot do anything.
Correct.
If you are stepping yourself into other shoes, then you cannot do anything. Start exploring your talent. Start changing this disability to differently able. So make yourself something able, make
Correct.
yourself something different. You are the best version. Nobody in this world is unfit for anything. Everybody are provided. Everybody are tagged with something. Only thing that you need to extract is try to explore that thing. You have to analyze yourself. You have to work on what is my positive. Take your time instead of spending time on seeing others' success. Take your time in seeing what you can do, in exploring what you can do you for yourself.
Correct.
That's the main thing, because you are the person to whom you have to live with, not with
Right.
others throughout your life.
Right. And we can clearly see that you have such an infectious energy, which you must be, transcending. But do you think this infectious energy of yours gets transferred through this virtual world, because we have been not seeing each other in physical meetings and all? So do you feel anything missing, or what do you think about it?
Yes, regarding virtual world, first thing I want to tell is yes, there are certain pros and cons as well. First thing is, if you are giving a program, if your intention, if your passion, what I always call is the love that you work, the love that you have for the work is your passion. If you are
Okay.
able to, the audience also in this remote world, in this offline online world, they have the chances. They have reason to be attentive with you by closing the cameras, by not speaking, by muting themselves. They have so many opportunities. And this is one of the disadvantages which I really don't like, because people will be disengaged. People will be disengaged, and people will not be able to what do you call what productive.
Correct.
by not listening, because we cannot monitor them, because we cannot monitor what's happening.
Yeah.
But as a resource person, as a facilitator, if you are able to convince that you are going to solve their problem, you are here,
Yeah.
you are able to engage them with connecting their mind, their heart with your program. Definitely, that energy will pass on to them and they will be in connection. This is what happened with me.
Okay.
Till now, whatever the program, whether it's an online or offline, the energy, you have to, as a facilitator, the beauty of the program or seminar or webinar is
Yeah.
not what is the content that you are speaking on. It's not the content. The way how you are able to solve their problems. Anybody will listen to you only when you're able to convince them. When you're able to solve their problem that they have come up.
Yeah.
They have come up to you with some expectations.
Right.
If you are not going to solve them, for sure they will find the reasons, because remote, this online has given them opportunity, close the cameras, close everything, and it's up to you whether you are listening or not listening. So you want to make your time productive, their time productive as well.
Correct.
Only solution is try to connect with them. Now, not directly, so mentally try to connect with them. Try to solve the problems that they are expecting with you. Then definitely you will do justice. So that
Correct.
energy will be definitely passed on.
That will definitely be transcending the boundaries of online world, right? So
Exactly.
Dr. Shama, I mean, there is a large section of society that thinks that people, are born with leadership qualities. They don't, they don't develop it. They can't be taught. So, how do you look at this way of thinking?
This is actually, some people have this, as you said, they think this is a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Some people think this is a hierarchy. And some people find the reasons not to explore themselves. It's
Okay.
a procrastination. There are different, everybody's, this is the way of handling the situations.
Correct.
Everybody has, yes. And so, because, according to me, every person is a leader, whether he's a father, mother, or whatever, everyone has to show that leadership role in empowering the person surrounding to them. Whether it's the children, their friends. If I'm very good, if I'm doing something, then my family will be empowered seeing me, my children will be seeing empowered. So
True.
this is not something related to the hierarchy, or this is not something that is related. It is how you are showing your values,
Correct.
your ethics, your values, your connections, that your accountability, your legacy, your transparency, your proactiveness. Suppose, Shubham, if I like something in you,
Yeah.
You did something like there are certain characters like proactiveness. If I tell you something and you don't react to that, and you respond to me something in a very smooth way, in a very it means without any factor, I will be definitely I will be transformed. I will get a lesson from you that yes, see, I was so angry with him, but the way he responded to me is completely different. Because I was expecting something. So you are a leader there.
Correct.
Because you changed. The leader is a person who changes, who creates a family culture.
Wow.
Who creates a family culture. Leadership is not just coming and telling. This family culture will pass on to the other person. So like this, families builds up.
True.
So whatever you do, every act of yours should resemble that leadership. And for that reason, we need to build up emotional intelligence. Now the intelligence has passed on to the notion, which is beyond expectations, that is emotional intelligence now. And this coming to the artificial world, artificial intelligence is going to take up a lot of role. So we need to have emotional intelligence. It is going to build up a great leaders who can really, now the post-pandemic world really needs those leaders.
Correct. So I have a question, which is like an extension to it. How do you stay humble in leadership positions? Because a lot of people, they may find excuses in getting, cynical or angrier, or I don't know. How do you look at this?
Exactly, Shubham. Doing PhD, I did PhD for 5 years.
Okay, yeah.
It's easy. MBBS, MD is easy. It's very easy. But being humble.
Yeah.
Being humble, that is, we call it as proactiveness.
Okay.
We call it as proactiveness, which is the most important character of a leader. It is the etiquette of a leader, actually.
Okay.
Most important etiquette of a leader. And it is impossible, not impossible, it is impossible to get within a span of time, like 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. You have to progressively work on it.
Okay.
You have to work on it. Otherwise, I suppose you tell something to me,
Yeah.
I get immediately, I react to it. The leaders who are humbled stop, think, and then they act. Stop, think
and then
and
act.
then they act. Whereas we first act, then we stop, and then we think.
Then you think.
Right? This is everybody. I cannot say that nobody is perfect in this world.
Correct.
But that's what I'm telling. PhD, 5 years, you'll get a certificate.
Yeah.
But in this life of 20, 30 years, still we are 30 years we completed. People tell us don't react, don't react, don't react, but still we
do.
react.
Yeah, correct.
It's our habit. It's a human. It's agreed. We are human beings. We tend, but to be that great leader, like Mother Teresa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah.
Why we call them leaders? They have proved that legacy of proactiveness.
Wow.
They have shown to the world. They have shown Dr. Abdul Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam, sir. Don't react. They think first. Why she is not attending? Why she did not attend the class today? Why she took my phone? Maybe that person took your phone to charge it. But
right.
That person took him. See, without my permission, he took my phone. We first get angry.
Yeah.
Once my son was, I was talking on phone. My son started calling me mama, mama in between. Then I was like, I was building up that anger. As soon as my question finished, I just went to him. You can't wait for a while. I'm talking on the phone, and and he told me, Mama, I wanted to tell you I love you.
Wow.
Trust me, that's what we built up so much of anger, everything without thinking. So this is my message to the world. I always request each and everyone. It's not possible when we bring this proactiveness in professional life, in personal life. There will be harmony. There will be we will be able to create a bond. From personal life also, wife, husband, children, everybody. There will be no more divorce. There will be no more divorces. Usually divorce happens because of proactiveness, lack of proactiveness.
Yeah.
So these relationships will be strengthened. And even in the office, if you are proactive, your employees starts loving you, respecting you, and they carry that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They carry that contagious. This will be contagious. They carry it to their family as well. They will learn it. Yes, I need to be proactive. I need to listen the problem. Every human being is graceful. We need to grace them. What is the reason that is lying behind their problem? So their behavior. So this is a very important thing.
Correct. So so you mentioned this word etiquette. So how do we understand, I mean, the overarching meaning of this word for leaders and let's say success? How do you find etiquettes of success in life? And what do you mean by it? Yeah.
Etiquettes are nothing but blueprint.
Blueprint. Okay.
Etiquettes are nothing but the blueprints of our life. Before we build a house, we start making a blueprint that how it should go.
Correct.
How it should go, how many floors we want to build up. So it's a blueprint is required. It is also one of the successful habits. Making etiquettes of any successful people. Without etiquettes, they should not proceed further. If they want to go into this profession, you want to be a leader first, try to build up that etiquettes in you. Like for example, this etiquettes will lead to the success, that is accountability. For example, accountability. Once Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, sir, they were having this PSLV mission. It was launched in July 18, 1978. And it was a flop.
Yeah.
Went on into the Bay of Bengal, and people started, immediately as soon as anything happens, the
opinions and all,
Yes, people will start commenting. And Satish Dhawan, who was the director, he has approached. He was called. So he called Dr. APJ and asked him, "All of you come up. We have interview now by the then we have to answer their questions. So all of them pressed, everybody were there, and Dr. Satish Dhawan, and he ahead. He stood ahead and he said, "Yes, I agree. I agree that our team had a problem, but our team is very successful team. They have done great efforts to make it successful. It
Yeah.
happened, there was a problem, but next year we are going to launch it again, and we will be successful again." And 1979, again it is launched, and it was wonderful success. Then Director Satish Dhawan, he called Dr. APJ again, and he said, "Now you go. I'm not attending. You go and attend the interview." See,
Right.
when there was a failure, when there was a problem, the leader, if you want success in life, he has to hold on from backside. You have to take that accountability and make the team back of you.
Correct.
But when they have success, let the team enjoy the success and you stand behind.
Correct.
And what happens? The team gets the confidence on you, on
Yeah.
your company, on your organization. That
And they get support.
if
Yeah.
we do if we take the risk
Right.
of doing something, we have a person who is going to hold if we are lagging on.
Correct.
So with that, they are ready to take the hard nuts. They are ready to take the challenges. This is what proved like a live example, which is really very important for the success. And the other very important thing is, yes, you need to be generous,
Generous.
don't-
Okay.
but don't be weak.
Right. Like Mahatma
Don't
Gandhi
be
said.
weak.
Right.
Yes, you have to be generous in accepting all the realities of life and spreading it to your team. You have to be generous, but weakness cannot lead you to break these obstacles.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yes. So you need to be generous but not egoistic. You
Correct.
need to be strong but not egoistic in your life. You have to be strong but not egoistic, and you have to be follow the policy called as survival of fittest.
Yeah.
You have to
Nature's law.
adapt.
Correct.
You want successful in life, you have to adapt. You have to adapt the changing conditions, otherwise you will be extinct like dinosaurs. You will not survive like giraffes. So you have to decide whether you want to successful, you want to adapt the situation. If the atmosphere, the surroundings, the organization is not supporting you, you have to adapt to them. What is
Correct.
the conditions? What are the requirements? How can, with your proactiveness, with your accountability, with your generous, with your success, with your attitude, you know what happens to our life is only 10%, but how we react to it is 90%.
Wow.
How we react to it is 90%. That definitely, matters to our success. Your
Right.
attitude. If anybody asks me, like, what is the main reason for your success, for success in anybody's life, is not hard work. It's not hard work. It's not luck. It's not your patience. It's not anything. It's your attitude.
Wow.
Your attitude, how you face the situation, how you handle the problem, how you react to it. Some people think, oh, it is not in my hand. I think it's a matter of luck. That's why I did not get this. Means I want to tell them that kabhi ye bhi socho. Means people usually think it's मेरी किस्मत में नहीं है.
Right.
क्या पता आप अपनी तरफ से अपनी नजरिया बदलिए, क्या पता किस्मत बदल जाए. अपनी नजरिया, change
Right.
your way of thinking, your
Perception. Yeah.
attitude.
Correct.
So definitely everything looks blooming. Everything looks, if you want to look it negative, then it will be negative. If you want to look it as a positive, it will be positive. Like for example, if you are successful in your life, if I consider it as a negative,
Yeah.
because I'm not successful,
Right.
then my life will be miserable.
Yeah.
My life will be miserable. So if I consider your success as an inspiration, and I take it, I'm inspired by your success, and I take it as a, what do you call, as a stepping stone for me to rise ahead, then definitely my life. That is my attitude.
Right.
So growth mindset, not fixed mindset. Growth mindset is a very important etiquette for success, especially in this post-pandemic world where most of the people are completely narrowing their gaps,
Yeah.
They are not broadening that, and they are limiting themselves where nobody is trying to extend their limits, being because of so many factors. They are scared of the situations, they are scared of the opportunities, or lack of employment opportunities, lack of economic independence. Nobody is trying to excel. And this situations, this pandemic has given a chance to get inspired from each and everyone from the world and increase our mind factor, that is growth mindset. So these are all the different etiquettes I feel, Shubham, according to me, which will really help us in the successful.
Well, that's exactly what we hope to do with this series. And speaking of inspiration, what inspired you in the first place? Because a student of your caliber, could have chosen, some other fields where it would have been, more comfortable, let's say, and you could have used your energy, in doing something else. But what inspired you to come to this, this destination?
Uh, there is something, thank you for this question. There is something called biological factor.
Okay,
There is something called biological factor, which is your intrinsic motivation, which is called intrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation is something that is money,
correct.
that is where you will get rewards in form of money, in form of your positions, like that, where you will be attracted for that. Okay, that is professionally I am in biologist, as a biologist. I'm a assistant professor, I'm a lecturer, I'm an
Yeah,
educator. I did I'm HOD in biology in a
right.
college. And this is just a profession, okay, where it will be completely like what you call position, awards, that's it, nothing more than that.
External, yeah.
External,
Extrinsic,
intrinsic motivation,
intrinsic,
for
yeah.
your life, for your doctorate degree that you have done, for your excellence. And I got gold medal for my excellence. I have topped my university.
Yeah,
And the masters, even in the entrance exam for my masters and even the PhD, I have received awards from Chief Minister and Governor for my excellence in education. I'm a
right.
topper. So I don't want it to proceed further in the research because I will be backstage.
Okay,
Because I will be backstage. From my childhood, I can say,
yeah,
I am into delivering, motivating the people. My school, my college, my university has given me the lead.
okay,
See, they are my directors who has casted me. They casted me and they have shown me that I have a talent where I can influence the people.
okay,
My father used to hide himself. He never used to come and near the stage where when I used to deliver. He used to stand among the crowd and he used to listen the comments. What people talk about me. Oh, Shama has come means now she's going to energize everyone. She's going to, that's what
correct.
I used to do. Even when it's a Republic Day or anything, I used to, so energetic to deliver the message of our leaders. I used to I should thank them. They have inspired me that I can do that. I have that talent. And people who are listening to me, they have given me that opportunity that yes, they acknowledge me, they have endorsed me that there is a leader in you
Yeah,
and you get influenced by you, so you can proceed that. So that's the reason I started doing my leadership. After my PhD, I did my leadership management from UK. And I did my certification diplomas in emotional intelligence, in being as an executive life coach. I participated more than national, international conferences and all. Even though my field is completely scientific, but I spent lots of money as well as lots of time to study this.
but you understand the science of motivation and all. Yeah,
Yes,
right.
exactly. This is because there was a motivation behind me, intrinsic motivation that is giving meaning to my life. I want to leave a
Correct.
legacy. I want people to tell me, Shama ma'am, because of you, I didn't give up. Especially
Wow.
youngsters, you may not imagine my phone. I don't get time to reply everyone, but whenever I get time, in my WhatsApp status, in my Facebook, in my Insta, I have 2 Facebook IDs and LinkedIn. I get so many messages from so many people. Some people writes to me, we don't understand English, but the way you talk, we understand everything.
Wow.
We cannot scroll down till we finish your speech. This really makes me so happy. When you are coming to India, we want to take a selfie with you.
Wow.
really makes me happy, really inspire me, and I really respect them, all of them, my social media people who personally messages me every time and inspires the leader in me that
Right.
I must do something. And the youngsters, especially, they when they write messages, ma'am, when we see these things, we feel like yes, you are involved in so many activities, you are doing so many things. Then why not we? Why not we? When you are telling everybody has the best version, everybody can do. Then I think
Yeah.
we feel and we also want to do. And thank you for making. They call me guru. Some the youngsters. I feel so happy.
That's an
Just
apt word. Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
I really get honored. And that's the reason I take my time at any way to message them, to reply them, to encourage them, and do my best. That's what I want to leave this legacy as much as I can.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So let's make it more fun. I mean, if you get a pass in time, let's say, if you can go back in time, what would you change yourself about it, or what would you say to yourself? Would you like to your younger self?
Yeah. If I go back and change myself, actually, I was very, what do you call? It's not something like a changing, but I never did any work for my parents. I never supported my
For
parents
parents. Okay.
all the time. Yes, they were so caring. All the time, I used to just, projecting myself.
Right.
This I'm doing this, and they used to encourage me. I never helped them in anything.
Household
Never
chores and yeah.
never, never. And means I was brought up like that. Even in the school and colleges, also they also they used to give me this type of works, this type of things.
Right.
So I was convert like that. Everything. I feel like sometimes I miss that. But maybe I was always into education, into studies, into competition field all the time. So I
Correct.
missed. Did I miss anything? Like did I miss that enjoyment? I never enjoyed. I feel like much that how the children they go play outside. These things I was really denied of. I was into like tomorrow I have this competition. This even university I did lots of like national international debate competitions. This competition. So I did not enjoy that
Right.
but I was feeling that enjoyment in these things, and that one thing, and also some. I also like generally what I want to change in myself is the way I look project towards the negative people. I feel like I need to increase it. Sometimes I trust everyone.
Yeah. Trust everyone. Okay, that's not a good thing, right? I mean,
Yes, you will get deceived.
yeah,
You
yeah,
get
of
deceived
course.
easily. So we need to have some limitations for that. And that instead of 360 degrees, I feel that that broadening, that narrowing that gap is essential. Keeping some factors, measurement factors is essential, which I'm learning of facing the negative people.
Hmm.
What I believe always is try to be more positive so that negative people go away from your life.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
what I always believe that. So this is also I want to change in this, treating with the negative people, that reactions I want to change in myself with.
Okay. Wonderful. Um, and what would you say to those students who consider you their guru? Uh, what's the one piece of advice would you give to them?
Yes, it's a really good question, and I think whoever listens to me, especially my youngsters, I want to tell you all that nowadays, yes, when we were studying, there were not much distractions. There
Yeah.
were not much barriers. Now you people are having constellation of barriers. You are having lots of barriers, internet, these, that, so many things are there, lots of barriers in your life right now, which will be projecting every minute like an ads when you are studying. So I request you all formulate one policy, that is try to be a passenger, not a driver in your life.
Driver. Wow.
Because sorry, I'm extremely sorry. Try to be a driver, not
Not the
a
passenger.
passenger in
Yeah.
your life. Because driver always focus. He always focus on his destination.
Right.
He just focus on his destination. Whereas the passenger has the opportunity to look here, to look there, to eat, to do anything, to message, to do anything. He has the opportunity. That means there are lots of opportunities to distract, whereas to get distracted. Whereas driver just focus. If
Focused on the
driver
road, yeah.
fails, and whole life gone, right? So if you want to be successful in life, you should not have distractions. You should not have distractions. Like a teacher, when she comes to the class,
Yeah.
after one teacher finished, then another teacher comes to the class. The first thing that she does is rubbing the board.
Yeah.
The first thing that she does is rubbing the board. Why she rubs the board? Because she knew things, new history cannot be created when there is already something else left.
Wonderful
So,
analogy. Yeah.
so if you want to leave those distractions, if those distractions are there in your mind, you cannot create anything history. You cannot create anything new. And in this world, you want to survive. That means you have to be focused. So focus it, but with love, with your passion. Don't work, don't study, don't do anything just because you have to get the marks.
Correct.
Do anything with your contentment. See, there will be, do anything with a goal. Then you feel like, loving the subject, and you will learn it in a different 360 degrees excellence. Keep your mission in the front and start working on that, being focused, and never tag yourself that I procrastinate. Usually youngsters has this word, I want to do, but I procrastinate.
Procrastinate.
By saying this itself, you always procrastinate. You are tagging
You're
yourself.
normalizing it. Yeah. Correct.
You cannot do that. You are tagging yourself. And don't tag yourself that I cannot do this. He can do this. Don't bring that he in your life. Only you. Follow that me therapy. So, and self-love is important. Do self-love. Be a driver. Be focused. Don't tag yourself. This is my message. Then see and build up the positive attitude in your life. If you see any of your friends or anybody are jealous or envy on you or anything negativities, then just move away. There should be no room for negativity if you want to succeed ahead. And last final thing,
Yeah.
be happy always. Keep smiling. If you see anybody is not smiling, give them your smile.
I hope people, who are watching this get infected by your energy and your smile. And I hope, the leaders keep the students in themselves alive, and the students find leadership qualities through this talk. So it was wonderful having you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure, Shubham. Thank you for giving me this opportunity so that I can even spread my message to the world. I'm really glad. Thank you so much, Shubham. Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
once again. And thank you everyone for joining us. I'll see you in the next episode of Changemakers or Education Plus. Thank you so much.